Hi, welcome to the UnifyML product video series. Today our agenda is to go through installing the UnifyML server and then installing the UnifyML Zeppelin module, loading the required Docker images, and running the Docker containers. Apart from that, we will also go through the licensing part as well as how we configure the server so that we can run the UnifyML data science SQLs. So let's get started. The user can visit www.unifyml.com and then click on the documentation link, which takes them to the documentation steps required to install the server modules. UnifyML Server is basically a Docker-based technology for standalone product installations, where the entire product can be installed using standalone Docker-based images and Docker-based containers. So, let's find out the steps required for Docker setup and the installation steps required for running Docker itself. Now Docker itself is supported on multiple platforms, and it supports various Linux, Windows, and Mac environments. So let's today pick up an Ubuntu Linux flavor of Linux server type so that we can install the Docker as well as continue installing the UnifyML server on top of that. So let's get started. For doing that, I have already created a temporary Ubuntu machine, and then this is the release version that I already have. So I have picked up the Ubuntu distribution release of 20.04, and we will continue to install Docker technology on top of this Ubuntu version. So Docker can be installed simply on Ubuntu by issuing the apt-get install docker.io command. We can use the apt-get update in order to get the latest packages that can be downloaded and installed on Ubuntu. So let's continue. Installing the Docker app, get docker.io, will basically install Docker on the Ubuntu machine. So let's wait for the installation to be completed. Now I have already downloaded the license file from the UnifyML sign-up login page, so the user can visit the sign-up process where he can find the license file, either a trial of the real version or the trial version license file, and then continue installing the UnifyML server. So let's get started by downloading the license file and placing the license file in the required location. So the UnifyML server module comes with the UnifyML connector, the configuration, Zeppelin, and then the license file. So the user can simply proceed with the steps given for downloading the packages. So the first step is to download the packages, and the first command is basically trying to download the UnifyML server 1.0.1 version, which is basically the standard version from UnifyML, where the user can download and use the trial version key. And then the user can download the software and then install the server. So let's wait for the download to complete. Okay, so the installation is complete, so let's continue with downloading the Zappaline module. And we can get the next command for downloading the required configuration files. Okay, so let's continue with the steps. Once we have downloaded the required files for the server modules, we can now run the simple commands to basically create the required directories on the machine by just typing the required copy commands. The connector module is just the file that we downloaded the license file to the data and folder. So let's proceed to the next step of running the UnifyML server, copying all the required tar image files, and copying the required steps to install the server. So now we are loading the Docker image that we have taken, showing that this system is a 4 GB system. So let's check whether the Docker image is uploaded successfully. Installation comes with the SQL connector and the Zappaline, and the release versions are 1.0.1. So let's continue now so that we can access the service. We can see that the Docker shows both the UnifyML and SQL connectors, and the server modules are running. So now let's verify whether these have really started. So we can use this command to verify whether the Docker containers have already started. So let's wait for this to start. We can see that now we can go to the browser and also verify whether the UnifyML Zappaline server has started. One important thing is that the license can be downloaded from the UnifyML download section, so users have to sign up by providing a valid email address. Once that is done, users can log into the user section, where an automatic license is generated. And then this license can be downloaded and then placed at the required location so that the server can be started. So as we see here, before we started the server, we copied the required license file to the required location, To verify whether the server has started, this is the IP where we have already tried to install the server. We can use a login mechanism like the default password, and we can further continue running the given UnifyML data science algorithms using the UnifyML SQL connector. Thank you for watching.